Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they realize the truth too late. Too late to fix the mistake. Too late to change direction. Too late to become who they could have been. And here's the uncomfortable part. Life doesn't warn you. It doesn't say, hey, you're wasting time. It doesn't say, this decision will cost you years. It just lets you continue. Until one day you wake up and realize you've been living wrong. But Stoicism? Stoicism tries to wake you up early. Because the sooner you understand these lessons, the more power you have over your life. Today we're going through 8 Stoic lessons most people learn too late. So you don't become one of them. Stoicism is not about being emotionless. It's about being aware. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca didn't teach comfort. They taught truth. And truth is often uncomfortable, because it forces you to confront how you're living right now. So, as you watch this, don't just listen, reflect, because one of these lessons might be exactly what you've been avoiding. Lesson 1, time is your most precious asset and you're wasting IAT. Most people think they have time. I'll start later, I'll fix it tomorrow, I'll figure it out eventually. But time doesn't wait. It moves silently, constantly, without pause. And the biggest mistake people make is assuming they have more of it. Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Think about that. You're not lacking time. You're misusing it. Hours spent scrolling. Days spent procrastinating. Years spent in comfort instead of growth. And by the time most people realize this, it's too late to recover what they lost. The Stoic lesson here is, treat every day like it matters, because it does lessen. 2, you can't control everything, and that's okay. People suffer not because life is hard, but because they try to control what they can't. Other people's opinions, outcomes, events, and when things don't go their way, they break. Stoicism teaches a simple but powerful idea. There are things you can control, and things you can't. And most people spend their lives focusing on the wrong side. They worry about things beyond their power, and ignore the only thing they truly controlled, their response. Focus on what you can control. Let go of the rest. Lesson 3. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort feels good. That's why it's dangerous, because it keeps you stuck. Most people choose comfort daily, avoiding difficult conversations, avoiding challenges, avoiding discomfort. And over time, comfort becomes a cage. Stoics believed in voluntary discomfort, doing hard things on purpose. Why? Because struggle builds strength. And without struggle, you stay the same. If it's always comfortable, you're not growing. Lesson 4. People's opinions don't define you. This one destroys more lives than people realize. Living for approval, trying to impress, trying to fit in, trying to be liked, and in the process, losing yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." But most people give that power away. They let others decide how they feel, what they pursue, who they become by the time they realize it. They've lived someone else's life. Respect opinions, but don't be controlled by them. Lesson 5. Your emotions can betray you. Emotions are powerful, but they're not always accurate. Anger makes you react. Fear makes you hesitate. Ego makes you blind. Most people trust their emotions blindly, and that leads to bad decisions. Stoicism teaches emotional control, not suppression. To pause, to think, to respond, not react. Because one emotional decision can cost you years. Feel emotions, but don't let them control your actions. Lesson 6. You are responsible for your life. This is one of the hardest truths to accept. Most people blame their past, their environment, other people. But Stoicism removes excuses. It says your life is your responsibility, not your parents, not your situation, not your circumstances. You don't, and once you accept that, everything changes. 'Cause now you have control. Stop blaming. Start owning. Lesson 7. Most things you worry about never happen. Think about your worries. How many actually became reality? Very few. Yet people spend hours, days, even years living in fear of things that never happen. Stoics understood this. They practiced imagining worst-case scenarios, not to fear them, but to reduce their power. Because once you face fear mentally, it loses control over you. Don't suffer twice, once in imagination, once in reality. Lesson 8. You will die, and that should change how you live. This is the lesson most people avoid. Death. But Stoicism embraces it. Not in a negative way, but as a reminder. Because when you remember life is limited, you start living differently. You stop wasting time. You stop chasing meaningless things. You start focusing on what matters. Most people ignore death until it's too close, and by then they wish they had lived differently. Live in a way that you won't regret later. Deep reflection section, mid-video retention boost. Let's pause for a moment. Ask yourself, are you wasting time? Are you chasing comfort? Are you living for others' approval? Are you avoiding responsibility? Because awareness is the first step, and most people never even reach that. Powerful build-up, connecting all lessons. Here's the pattern. People delay truth. They ignore it, avoid it, postpone it, until life forces it on them. And by then, the cost is high. Lost time, lost opportunities, lost potential. Stoicism doesn't wait. It prepares you early, so you don't have to learn the hard way. Strong outro, 0 o'clock end. So here's the reality. Most people will learn these lessons, but they'll learn them too late. After the mistakes, after the regrets, after the missed chances. But you don't have to, because now you know. And knowledge is only powerful if you act on it. So don't wait. Don't delay. Don't assume you have time, because the biggest mistake you can make is thinking you can fix everything later. You can't. Start now. If this opened your eyes, subscribe for more videos on Stoicism, mental strength, and self-mastery, because the life you want is built by the decisions you stop delaying.